Ayo, welcome back everybody. Congratulations if you're here watching this video. Welcome to the end of Jan, beginning of Feb, where everybody else gives up. Yet here you are with me, trying to better yourself today, watching this video. Welcome to my channel. My name's Ari. The beginning of the video might be a little self-explanatory, but I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of everybody that's here, refusing to give up on being better and finding your full potential. Today is the actual definition of me saying yes when I want to say heck no and go lay in my bed. I'm not feeling very well and spent the first few hours in bed, but I knew that today was going to be such a nice day for me to get ahead on some things, film a YouTube video. Here we are. I've not brushed my hair. It may look like it. I gave it a little bit of this today, but no gel. I didn't redo my hair really from when I woke up. However, I did throw on a face of makeup just to make myself feel good. You've seen a lot of my videos before. I don't wear a ton of makeup, but today I needed a little something to get me energized and motivated to sit in front of a camera. Sometimes you just need that, but whether you're someone who's feeling super motivated or you're here because you need that motivation and a swift kick in the behind to get you going again, I'm here to help you out. So here I am, with you guys every single step of the way, and I'm excited to get into this topic a little bit. I believe that the main reason people give up around this time of the year on their goals is because we're in such a fast-paced life as it is. The world goes round, people do not stop. Hustle culture is a very real thing. So it's difficult for us as human beings to give ourselves recognition, especially if we've fallen off. Oh, huge air quotes there. You haven't even fallen off. The moment that you fall off is actually the defining decision. I was really about to stay in bed all day today. I really wanted to say no to filming this video, but it was in that moment that I realized most people stick to the no. That's really all it is. The difference between people who succeed and or at least making progress towards their goals as opposed to the ones that give up sounds kind of ridiculous and obvious, but people who gave up, gave up. The people who persevere are the ones that actually try to give up, in my opinion, and then decide otherwise. Whether that's in the same breath or the next day, the next month, it really doesn't matter. Picking yourself back up is what is the defining decision for you. You're special, but you're not that special, and you can make that decision for yourself as well. My question for you is, if you're somebody that is currently sitting in the no, why aren't you just saying yes? Are you afraid of something? Are you afraid of judgment? Is it the time that you're losing because you have to go and say yes to something else that's gonna make you better down the line? Whatever it is, it might be something very new to you, but you definitely made that goal for a reason. I know the internet is filled with people posting their content all over the place. I post a lot of gym content too. For me, it's just really easy because I do it every single day. But besides the point, I'm just using fitness as an example. I'm not necessarily green to working out, but I am to holding my fitness journey responsibly in my own hands and executing it. Even if the goal that you've made for yourself is brand new, you've chosen it for a reason. You've piqued your interest. That is good. That's a good thing. So don't run away from that. It just takes a really long time to develop the habit. As you keep building small habits, your interest increases. Therefore, you have more motivation to go and do more of that in different renditions, get more creative. We get so caught up in the day-to-day of the essentials, what we need to do. We have to go to work because we have to pay the bills. That may be true, but there are plenty of pockets of time throughout our routines where we often overlook them, and in those moments, it's whether we choose to say yes to something difficult only because it's something new, or saying yes to something that's comfortable that we've resorted back to constantly over the years and hasn't provided us the progress that we're looking for or we're dreaming of up here. That's so crucial, having that vision in your brain. If you're like me, it keeps nagging at you. Over time, that little subconscious mind, you have these big dreams and ambitions of who you want to be. But there's plenty of days where you just say, no, I'm not choosing that version. And that's completely okay. There are a lot of days like that for me where I still have that, but I don't want to be that way anymore. I want to start acting like the woman that I want to be in 5 years. Who am I thinking of in my mind? You know, I see these Instagram trends going around where people will like put up videos or content of their current, but say they're doing it for, and then it pops to a picture or video of when they were a little kid. I just have had this conversation actually with my boyfriend recently because he's been getting in the habit of saying that he is currently who he wished he had growing up. And gosh, that just, it fits perfectly, I feel like, with this video, and it makes me so inspired to hear him say that because he truly is, and that is just a blip of the timeline of his life. He's still young, he's still in his 20s, but the fact that he's already becoming the person that he knows he wished he had it at a young age really was just a mindset check. I needed that, but it was so coincidental that he started observing that about himself. And the reason I bring that up is because I feel like that's the exact mindset we should all be having. Who do you want to be for yourself in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 40 years from now? You know, he's only 27 years old. I'm only 26 years old. I just feel like I am also the woman that my younger self would have wanted to have around. And it's such a warm realization. And here's why it's so important. You work hard enough at something, you're gonna have a life-changing realization like that. And it is life-changing because it's like a ripple effect. It causes you to have another perspective or another realization about yourself that leads to another and another. And they just compile until suddenly you're running a race that you've been dreaming of your whole life to find your full potential. And that is so, so important. The next time that you choose to give up, or maybe it's something you've already said no to, that you're starting to have second thoughts about, or you know it's gonna get you even just incrementally, even if it's just incrementally closer to that big dream, do it. Say yes. We're here together. By no means am I even close to hitting the goals that I want to in this lifetime, but I know by saying yes to this, I'm taking one step closer to that. It's a step that the person saying no and that sits in that no is not taking. They're regressing. You're progressing with me. I'm here with you too. It's hard. It is so hard to keep going. It's difficult because you don't know what you don't know. And honestly, it's very intimidating to imagine a life for yourself that doesn't remotely look close to what it is right now. I feel like that's a huge punch to the gut, or at least it was for me. It was a huge punch to the gut. I need to slow down. It was a huge punch to the gut for me in such a good way and I've talked about this a million times over, but when I just allowed myself to dream and allowed myself to visualize the kind of life that I can have. And the more I saw other people achieving these goals that I wanted to as well, but I hadn't even got started yet, it started nagging at me. And over time, as I continued to put my energy into things that I wasn't enjoying anymore, it became draining to the point where I threw my hands up and just thought, I'm done choosing other people and other things over myself. I've seen other people accomplish this, and there's a version of that I have in my dreams, and I will stop at nothing to make sure that I'm at least doing my best to try and get there. No one's asking for perfection. It's time to start battling back on those intrusive no's. They are so powerful, and they have such a grip on us sometimes that we just can't seem to shake them. But we can, and we will, because this is the prime time. This is the opportunity. The end of January, beginning of February. What are the goals that you slipped up on? Was it your diet? Was it your hobbies? Did you miss a day? Did you miss a week? Whatever it is, scratch it. It's gone. Choose yes. Choose another day. Choose tomorrow to wake up and set attainable goals, something that inches you in the direction of where you want to go. I promise you, you're not going to regret it. You're going to feel better, and then that ripple effect is just going to keep going. You have to have faith in that. I have to have faith in that. Who would I be without my faith? If I know that God has a plan for me and he's piquing my interest in certain areas, I feel like I'm looking behind the curtain a little bit, and that's him showing me glimpses of what my full potential and what his plan has in store for me. I'll be damned if I don't figure out what that is. Let me ask you a question. Why is it that you're still here today? I'm still here because I refuse to let the lessons that I've learned in 2023 go to waste. I truly believe there is a plan for me that God has intended for 2024. I have no idea what that entails, but all I know is that he's called me to better myself every single day. I really don't like where my mic is right now. Get out of your own head. What's the worst that can happen? You spend a little time dabbling in something that is a little magical? Oh, that was so cringe. It is though. These little nuggets of nudges in certain directions are so beautiful. Even if you're not a religious person, you were created to create the life that you want. no one is telling you or forcing you to stay in the circumstance that you are in, hopefully, God forbid, but you are more than capable of hitting the reset button. It sounds really, really scary, but in saying yes in the moments of no's, you are hitting the reset button. You're deciding to change your mindset. You're choosing yes to being better long term and fulfilling the promises that you have for yourself and the overall lifestyle you want. We were created in this life not to be told what to do all the time. You have full reins over your life. Do not let anybody stop you from that. And 2024 has good vibes to it. I'm speaking it into existence. So join me, pass this along to somebody who may need that swift kick in the behind we talked about earlier. I'm here to be that friendly voice with you guys going through this journey. So thank you for chatting with me, and I hope this is just day one of another yes. And you know what? In fact, I hope you say no to more things and then turn around and say yes afterwards, because to me, that's the true courage. The courage is choosing to turn around, stop yourself in your tracks, and make another decision off course. There's one huge piece of advice I could give anyone is please stop listening to the voice in your head telling you that you cannot do something. I've let it control me for way too long. I think we all fall into that rabbit hole a little bit, but there was just a day that I remember I was in the gym in Baltimore where all I did was just take a second to think about who I was doing this all for. Why was I showing up to the gym every day even though I just cried in the mirror because I didn't see any progress? Why am I choosing to put myself through mental anguish changing habits that I have developed for decades? I would just say the average person doesn't talk every day about the struggles they go through mentally trying to change who they are for the better. If you're someone who's really trying and really is just not happy with the current version of you and knows that there's a higher potential out there for you, I have such empathy for you, because that little voice in your head telling you that you can't do something or it's gonna take a long time, just dragging you down, it's one of the most difficult things to battle. But what I've learned is there's a moment after repetitive trying, there's a moment where you say, enough is enough. This is my own brain. These are my own thoughts. I can't get them to stop, so it must be coming from me. And that self-accountability is so powerful and so emotional because you realize that the way that you're thinking is all within your power. And me personally, I began to spiral just a little bit in such a good way afterwards. There was such relief in just, gosh, I have been making myself feel this way for so long, or I've only been stuck in this current place because of myself for so long. Where was the belief? Why haven't I trusted the fact that I've been through 26 years of my own problems and challenges, yet I've overcome every single one of them? I can do anything I want in this life. I was meant for so much more. My full potential is out there. I'm fighting for the girl in 5 years that wants to look back and hug the current version of me, telling her you did it. Stop listening to that voice, because that voice is coming from you. I promise every little no that turns into a yes is an ode to fighting back mentally, fighting for the life that you want to create and the dreams that you have. They are so real and so valuable. You have one life, don't let it go to waste. I hope, if anything, you can just find comfort in the fact that there's so many of us out there that are still taking baby steps and learning so much about just how to get started, how to get up and running. And before I get too heavy, I'm gonna end it there. But thank you so much for watching. Happy to have you guys here. I will see you guys again soon. And until then, stay happy, healthy, and I love you. Bye.